What's up, fam? What is up, fam? What's going on? Let me turn up the music real quick. I accidentally typed, I accidentally pinned a comment with my second channel. Where is it? Okay. All right. All right, there we go. All right. What's up, Soul Fam, man? It's been a good while. I know it's been probably, I think, about a week and a half since I've gone online. It's been a good while, but I think it was a well needed. I think I wasn't feeling burnt out or anything, but I felt like I needed a little break from going live. And also, the energies have been incredibly heavy these past couple of days, weeks. I can't see the chat yet, guys, so I don't see your guys' comments yet. But I'm almost there. Let me know how the music is. If it's loud, if it's not loud, etc. My computer's slow. All right, so. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my computer. All right, doesn't matter. All right, what's up, everyone? What's going on? It's been a couple heavy energies these past couple of days and these past couple of weeks as well. But I know a lot of you guys have been connecting to spirit, especially because of this full moon that just happened. Music is a bit loud. Cool, got you. Awesome. Awesome. It's good to see you guys again. Sorry, I can't really see the chat very well. I'm seeing it through my phone. Usually I see it through my computer, but my computer is being weird right now. So it's good to see all the awesome, beautiful, familiar faces again. Omkra, Kearns, what is going on? Hakuso, what's going on, brother? Aaliyah, what's up, Sean? Hello, Queen Alien. Catherine. Hello, Gabriel, greetings. And thank you, I appreciate that. What's up, PJ? Yes, let's go. I am back, and I'm gonna be doing this regularly again. Let's go. What's up, Anwar Foodbold, or Fodbold, excuse me, if I said your name incorrectly. I'm doing well, How about yourself? How are my Lightworkers doing? It's been a while since I've talked to you guys, man. How are you guys doing? There's been pretty heavy energies. These energies do not feel like, at least from what I'm feeling at this moment, it doesn't feel like it's our own energies. At least it doesn't feel like it's our own insecurities. It just feels like it is an energy that is being passed around because of the law of rhythm. There's always going to be waves of energy. It's just how this world works. So it feels like we're just experiencing a low wave of frequency, but it doesn't feel like it is our own. At least not, it doesn't feel like for me. It doesn't feel like it is attacking any type of insecurities. It doesn't feel like it's attacking any type of traumas or limits. It feels like it is just there to distract you. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me, guys. I just can't see the chat for some reason. So I'm gonna fix this. All right. FSBS, how are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you for being here again. Stomachache and twin flame problems. Otherwise, beautiful transformations. Awesome. That's awesome. Great to hear. It's good to hear that you guys are doing great. That you guys are putting in work and that you guys are understanding your guys' journeys. It's very important to understand your journey. The funny thing is, the more and more I go on with this spiritual um, journey, the more and more everything becomes part of your journey. By everything I mean every interaction, right? And I'm not saying be like completely crazy and always be attention to detail and all that stuff, but basically almost every single thing that happens to you is a part of your journey. It's a part of your evolution, and it's something that is either trying to teach you or trying to redirect you somewhere or all that stuff. Every single thing that happens to your life, right? But we're not going to catch every single one of those things. So we're always redirected. Yes, I am taking questions. Go ahead. I just can't see the. I usually have my chat right here on my computer, but my computer is acting odd right now. So I can only see through here, and giving me a hard time right now. What up, meditative? What is going on? July has been a shit show for me. Intense energies. So I have celebrated my 1 year anniversary of my spiritual awakening. Right. So I got, I became completely awakened, spiritually awakened, meaning like I saw spirits and I felt spirits, clairvoyance, and all that stuff. It was last year on the 777 portal. So I'm already celebrating a whole year of complete spiritual awakening and a dark night of the soul and all that stuff. But I know a lot of you guys, have been going on for years, man, on and off, on and off. Man, I just can't get this chat replay to work. It's not, doesn't want to do its thing. I don't know what's going on. It's annoying me. Now I have to transmute this energy. Yes. Yes, it's all alchemy. Queen Alien, alchemy. All alchemy is. It's just the art of transformation. So, what we're doing technically is we are doing either it's called mental alchemy or inner alchemy or alchemy for the soul, right? Just internal alchemy. So changing and transforming our internal perspectives so we can come back to our divinity and evolution and stuff like that. The little thing called evolution, Yeah. It's okay, Catherine. I don't want to mess it up. Last time I did that, actually, last time I logged off of here, and it just quit, and I didn't want to restart a new one, so it's totally fine. It's nice to just speak to you guys, man, because it's been a while. It's nice to just speak to you guys. We don't have to talk about anything too intense or anything unless you guys want to answer some questions and stuff like that, And we can tap into spirit as well if you guys want to. Congrats, Edgar. We are so grateful for your awakening too. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Happy 1 year anniversary. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, it has been a year. It has been a year. Although I do say I feel like I was awakened my whole life. She said there were areas in my life where I was completely asleep. So, I've spoken to some of you guys, and a lot of you guys, especially women, you guys have been awakened since forever. You guys never went to sleep. I've spoken to a lot of you guys like that, and I think the ones, the light workers or star seeds that are like this are usually crystal children, right? Usually the ones that are more empathetic, and usually they come from star systems that are like the Pleiadians and Andromedans. They're very high empathetic as well. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine. I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking. I like your name, by the way. I'm pretty sure I told you that before. 77 portal. I woke up to my ears ringing 77 and I started laughing. Yes. It was one of the most amazing days of my life. It completely changed everything. I'm sure it has for you guys as well. It was one of the most amazing days of my life, but it was also very difficult because I was going through a very, very, very intense Dark night of the soul. Hello, Camrex. Yeah, so these heavy energies always depend on your ability to clear them, right? Because usually what this feels like, it depends on the heavy energies, right? And it depends on the person. But what this feels like to me is just a wave of energy. And in order for you to release this energy, right, you either just have to wait for the timing, right? Or you have to find out what is triggering you, right? You have to find out what is triggering you and cease that trigger and not consent to that trigger, right? So what I'm thinking is, if you guys don't transmute this energy in the next, probably, I'd say honestly probably like a day. Not even going to lie, it doesn't feel like that long. Probably like a day. It'll go away, but it will probably come back again. In the next wave, it's gonna come back again, and it's gonna be the same limit or insecurity or the same thing that you're dealing with at that moment, right? Okay. Hello, D. Exquisite asks, are you capable of astral projecting? And if so, how did you start to do that? I only astral projected twice. And well, everybody astral projects all the time. You're always astral projecting, but you don't remember. So I only remembered astral projecting twice. Now, I have memories and deja vu moments of me doing it as well, but I don't count those. The ones I do count is when I wake up, and as I wake up, I remember me traveling. So I only did that twice. And the only reason I did that, that's not my specialty, by the way. I'm not an astro traveler, right? I'm not, I don't get out of my body or anything like that. That's not the type of spiritualist I am. I guess maybe it's not time for me to learn that yet, but I don't do that, okay? The only reason I did it was because I ate shrooms and then I fell asleep. And with shrooms, for some reason, it's really easy for me to astral project. So. The thing is, if you're astral projecting right now and you haven't had any training, no alchemy training, no yoga, nothing like that, to tap into your spirituality, and you're just doing it automatically, and you most likely, if you've been astral projecting, you've probably been doing this since you were a kid, right? So it's just normal for you, right? So if that's the case, it means that you're supposed to have this. It means that it is your destiny to be an astral projector, because eventually you're going to either use this gift of astral projecting to understand the universe more and help with the frequency or something like that, or you might even just teach people. Who knows, right? It all just depends. I see, that makes sense. No worries. Any advice to find a new love? This is a good question. I like this question. I love this question actually, because the best answer I can give is to love yourself, right? And I know that is it's like, okay, yeah, super vague. Okay, love myself. Duh, of course I have to love myself, right? But I mean really love yourself. Like really deeply fall in love with being who you are, right? That's the whole point of being an independent person, right? Independent and finding your power and your true divinity without becoming hard from society, right? So work on loving yourself, set up your boundaries, right? And become a better version of yourself, all while you're doing this, right? You're overcoming limits, you're causing possibly ego deaths as well, right? And you are breaking karmic cycles and generational traps from your family and ancestors and all that stuff. And while you're doing all this, you're healing, right? So when you're doing this, right, you are actively putting yourself in higher dimensions because you're healing your DNA. And so while you're doing this, when you're up there, you're feeling good about yourself, you're doing your thing, right? You're going to automatically, especially if you're a female, right? Especially if you're a female, you're going to just be a magnet for abundance automatically, right? So if you are shining in your light, right? Especially if you're in your divine feminine and you're in love and your compassion for everything and all that stuff, and you're magnetizing, radiating love, you're going to magnetize abundance, and so you're gonna magnetize a partner that is in that same wavelength with you, right? Because if you were to be down here, you're gonna magnetize someone else that's probably not good for you, right? So that's what you want to do. So the best thing, honestly, is just to work on yourself. Be the best, absolute best version of yourself without losing your softness, right? Without losing your divinity. Be strong, but still have love. Does this make sense? And I guess that's that balance between the masculine and the feminine energy. Okay. Okay. FSBS would like to know her past life with that guy, and should she let him go in August so he can learn his lessons easier on his own. I cannot tap into your past life. I cannot do that. You cannot do that. Not this one. I think I told you last time. I know you're asking again. I think I even told you to ask again, but I cannot tap into this past life. Um, I just can't. But mm, mm, mm-mm. This is something that you have to learn on your own. This is something that because I'm seeing on my mind, I'm seeing a road, like two roads, right? And it's like you're kind of extending your hand a little bit back for like someone to grab your hand. But if it's like, again, it's this whole thing, it's like you have to grab your own hand. You have to grab your own hand to move across this obstacle. It's like a road in my mind. Grab your own hand to move across this obstacle that is up to you, right? It's the same thing that I said earlier, right? If you're gonna find new love, you have to become the best version of yourself. So I'm not gonna be able to tap into this past life of yours. But honestly, I think it's just time for you to move on from this person, okay? You can do this, by the way. It is difficult in the beginning. Drastic change is difficult in the beginning. But it is absolutely freedom afterwards. Hey Edgar, is it normal for addictive patterns and behaviors to pop up around the time of developing higher consciousness? Absolutely 100%, 1000%. Empress, absolutely 100% normal. This happens all the time. The thing is, like, when we look at energy, guys, since we can't really, unless you're really absolutely tapped in, and your clairvoyance is like top notch, you're not gonna see energies. So we don't see energies. We don't see all the spiritual shit that's going on in the 40, right? But there's energies everywhere, and they're all influencing you, right? They're all coming in and saying things, doing this, saying this, and all that stuff. All of these things are influencing you. So even if we're going up in a higher timeline, right? We become the better version of ourselves, doing our thing, shedding off who we are, right? Rising Phoenix. There's still going to be distractions, right? Just like we have our roles, guys, as light workers, there are energies out there that are for the darkness, right? There are for the illusion, but it is just all part of this role, this grand play, this video game that we are playing right here on Earth, right? The story of Earth and its redemption arc. So, all you have to do is basically, when that happens, never ever, because it's difficult, right? When you get an energy comes in, you start going back to like old habits and things like that. It's very easy to just be like, wow, I failed. Great, I failed. Now, like, how am I ever gonna come back? I mean, I used to be up here and now I'm down here again. Oh my God, I screwed, I failed, all this stuff, right? It's very easy to start thinking that. But again, those thoughts are not your thoughts. Those thoughts are lower energies putting those ideas in your mind to distract you from coming back to your divinity again, right? So if that does happen, always switch your mindset into like, okay, well, if I'm going back to my old habits, right? And it happens, it's okay, it's normal. What is the universe teaching me right now? What am I not seeing right now? What am I not seeing right now? Is it because this I'm not being able to transmute this energy here, therefore I'm not loving myself, or is it a root chakra blockage, or what is it, right? That way, when you put it like that, you take away the intensity of it, right? And so you don't blame yourself, you don't have guilt and all this other stuff that you don't need anyway, you know? I'm aware of the fourth dimension, that is the dream realm, but only a couple times. I have been to the fifth and I saw my body. Once was on shrooms, and another I wasn't, but it was moving invisible hands. Wow, that's awesome. That's very interesting. And yes, yeah, you're right. The fourth dimension is the dream world, but it is also basically the whole mechanics of the 3D, right? Everything, time, the time matrix, all the possibilities, all that stuff is in the 4D. The lower energies are there as well. Question: is it normal for addictive patterns? Oh, I already saw this. Cool, 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 cool. Are soulmates a twin flames the same thing or different? Queen Alien with the $5. Thank you, Queen Alien. I'm kind of late on these a little bit just because I'm on my phone. All right, thanks, Queen Alien. I'll get to your question in a little bit. Okay. Are soulmates and twin flames the same thing or different? Okay, so since we're humans and we can't really read off energy or anything like that, because of the subtleties in energies, that we have to give things labels, right? So, so twin flames, all twin flame and a soulmate is just a very strong soul bond with a soul agreement or a soul contract for this experience, right? So and again, your twin flame or your soul bond that you have, it could be a very intense soul bond for years, right? Or for lifetimes, or it could be just a new soul bond or whatever, right? It depends on the contract, but that's the thing. It depends on the contract, right? So if it is like a typical soulmate, the contract would be two souls that are I don't want to say full souls, because a soul can always separate itself endlessly, always separating itself, right, into different souls. But it is a soul that has not separated itself like a twin flame, right, and then gone into two bodies and went into an experience. That's what a twin flame is. It's like a one soul type of thing, right? One soul creating a soul bond, while the other one is like two souls creating their own soul bond. If this makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Okay, why are so many people coming back from the past this week? So many people coming back from the past. I don't understand that question. Like for you in your personal, in your own personal, or in your own, what's the word? In your own world, in your own journey, right? Is it people coming back in your own journey, or are you talking about in general? Edgar Rocks, I missed the mods in the chat the most. I wish I woke up early. I wish I woke up later. I love how others are awakening in here. Let's go, Kearns. Let's go. And thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you, okay? Appreciate every single one of you guys. I really, really do, man. I missed you guys. Seriously. Edgar, I've been working on meditation and surrendering, breathwork, and astral projection. I feel like I'm getting nowhere. Can you let me know if I'm on the right path? Okay, so here's the thing. Sometimes, guys, when we want to, when we begin to have goals in spirituality, right? It's good to have goals and stuff like that. But sometimes we get lost on the goals themselves, right? Rather than the evolution. So when we're practicing so much on trying to get good at astral projection, good at this, good at that, good at this, then we start looking at only that, right? Looking at only the skill set rather than, like, actually connecting to spirit and listening to the heart, right? So try to balance that a little bit, right? If you feel like you're getting nowhere, it's probably that. It's probably you're kind of just focusing too much on the goals rather than like maybe even just the healing and stuff like that, or maybe something, some type of lesson, right? Maybe focus on that a little bit, right? Or it could also just be that, you know, be a little bit more patient, be a little bit more in the present moment, all that stuff, right? Now, um, yeah, I think that should be good right there. I think that's what it usually is. It usually is that way for me because I'm very, I have two sides, right? Sometimes I can be pretty chill, pretty relaxed, pretty lazy, and then other times I get really obsessive and I go all in into a project, and I'll go all in, right? And it can be unhealthy doing that. I've learned the hard way sometimes, right? So it's probably just trying to teach you patience and to be more in the present moment. Okay. I miss this chat too, Christina. I miss this chat too. You guys are fucking awesome. I was just thinking I haven't seen Edgar in a while. A few hours later, bam, you are here. Let's go, Kenyatta. Let's go, Kenyatta. Thank you for being here. How can I stop messaging him all of the time? I also want to rely on myself and be loved in my own presence. I want to know what my spirit guides have to say about this. Okay, I'll channel something like that real quick. But the way to stop messaging him, there's something that is causing you to be. It's most likely. I wonder what life path you are. By the way, I wonder what life path you are. But there's something causing you to be codependent on a person, right? And you're relying on them for the feeling of love, right? Or even if that person doesn't give you love, it can be just the illusion of the feeling of love, right? So again, it's all about transmuting that love. Find another source of love. Where else can you get a source of love, right? Do you have to have someone else love you in order for you to feel love, or can you just know that you are loved, right? Try to look at it like this, right? It's all this spiritual stuff, guys. It's all mental tricks, right? That's all it is. It's just switching the way you look at things, perspective, your mindset, right? Glass half full. Okay, someone gave me a super chat. Let's go, leading myself. Oh, I like that name, by the way. I like how you guys have a cool little names like that. Cool little names of empowerment. Very, very much so. Like it very, very much. Thank you for the super chat. Leading myself. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, by the way, I saw you guys do some memes on me. That's actually hilarious. Hakuso brought that to my attention in the DMs. So I thought that was really cool. So whoever did the meme, my little let's go meme, thank you very much. As long as I don't trend, that's all that matters. People I haven't seen in years, and my personal love life. Okay, perfect. This is good. You bring a little bit more context. So, okay. What could this mean then? Interesting. We get a little bit of Paul Santo in here. Good old Paul Santo. Can you clear the energy of spirit here? Be here with me as well. Thank you. Alright. Okay. How do these people make you feel, Queen Alien? How do these people make you feel, right? How is it a group of people that are coming in? It's that group of people that put negativity. Is it only 2 people from that group? Is it only a couple people? Is this person making you feel small? Are they still making you feel that same way? All these things, right? Are they still making you feel small? Are they still throwing little jabs? Are they still trying to disempower you? What are they trying to do to what is it, Queen Alien, if you can tell me? Icky, and I'm going to regress spiritually. Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that context. Good. So yeah, again, it is just another test from the universe, right? The universe is seeing that you are slowly growing and slowly evolving. And here's the beautiful thing about spirituality, guys. The thing about spirituality is that everything is very, very subtle. Everything on the other side, every single energy, this little change is a different energy. This little change is a different energy. This little frequency change is a different energy. Everything is super subtle on the other side. So sometimes we don't know when we're growing. Sometimes we don't know when we're transmuting. But the universe knows when we are. The universe knows when we are growing and transmuting and evolving. So even if it doesn't feel like you're getting nowhere, when the universe gives you something like this, right? Shooting you challenges, it's because you're ready to go to the next phase. And the universe is just telling you, okay, you're good at setting boundaries now. You set boundaries with her, you set boundaries with him, you set boundaries with him. Okay, it's time to set boundaries with this group of people that you had trouble in the past, right? And see how strong your self-love and how good you are at practicing the pause. This is what the universe is telling you right now. And it's very simple. Don't get agitated, okay? Protect your energy. When you see these people coming in, even if they're really close, even if they're speaking to you at that moment, in your mind, you have all the power. In your mind, you tell yourself, I do not consent. I do not consent. And I call my power back in that moment. Right? And by the way, everything is subtle on the other side. So even if the energy cleared a little bit, you want a little bit. Right? It comes back, it's okay, I do not consent. Nope, I do not consent. And let it go, let it go, let it go. Practice these things. Practice telling yourself all the time. Because there's energies everywhere that you don't see, but you can feel. You can feel them in the spiritual. Okay? You can't see them, but you can feel them. Whenever you feel something icky like that, do not be afraid, first of all. Do not be afraid. Okay? Acknowledge that that presence is there, that that negative energy is there. It's okay, it's there, it's fine. I'm observing it. And then bust out your arsenal of protection, right? Wear something like this. Wear some evil eye, right? Wear something like this, right? You know, like this. Protect yourself. Say your mantras. You have more power than you think, man. It's all about the mind. Okay. And if you just can't clear your energy, if I'm live, come to these lives. And go to the Discord, of course. Yes, we do need some Edgar memes. But I don't want them to go trending. You're welcome, Kerr. I thank you for being here as well, and I do appreciate you guys, man. I really appreciate all the love you guys have been giving me. I appreciate everything, man. I really do. This is the best job in the world. Question by KK. Can someone be addicted to worry? If so, how do we deal with people like that? Yes, you can be addicted to anything. You can be addicted to anger. There's people that grew up their whole life just being around angry parents, and so they're angry all the time, and that's normal for them, right? So it could be the same thing for worrying, right? You know, you can be around like a mom that is always worrying all the time, and that energy of her worrying, and always being stressed, she puts it on you as when you're a child and things like that. So it's probably something that they grew up with if they're addicted to this worrying thing. And even sometimes, right? Even sometimes after from worrying so much, you get used to it, right? It becomes like comforting, even if it's a negative thing. It's kind of like you know, a girl getting beat up by her boyfriend all the time, but she keeps going back to him because it's like she's like she doesn't know what else to do, right? She feels comfortable even though it's something negative, right? So it's kind of like that as well, and that's usually because the reason why it's like that is because that is their identity at that. That's all they've known, right? Edgar, the one that worries all the time. That's who I am. That's who I am. So I can't change that, right? It feels weird to change that. I can't be happy. It's weird. It's wrong, right? So absolutely, someone can be definitely addicted to worry. They can be addicted to anything like that, honestly. And if you're that type of person, You have to understand it that everyone has their divinity inside and everyone has love inside. So instead, what you have to do is change that worry into love, right? The reason why you're worried is because you're stressed of future events. So bring yourself back to the present moment. I answered your question through Queen Alien. Let's go. That happens a lot, actually. That happens a lot. The brighter your spiritual light, the more dark entities will try to attach to you, because just like every energy in the universe, they are seeking light you hold to return them back to source. Everything is a source, and everything has its light, and everything is playing its role. So that is, yes, that is correct. And the funny thing is that you say that that creates the illusion of this experience, right? Just by that in and of itself, what you experience, what you're saying. Hey, Edgar, what's up from Long Beach? Let's go, Jane. How you doing? You don't live that far away from me, actually. Feeling dense energies lately. Yes, they have been pretty dense, even for myself. Even for myself. But you have to, Janae. Okay, awesome. Janae, for sure. Janae from Long Beach. Let's go, Janae. Thank you for being here. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Oh well. It'll come back. Question: has my solar plexus and heart chakra been clearing up and activating? Also, I've been learning the guy connection situation hard way so I can let go easier. I can tap in if you would like me to. I'm not really feeling. Oh, whoops. I'm not really feeling in the channeling mood right now, but there's been lots of heavy energies. It's even been blocking me a little bit from reaching spirit. You still feel worried to me. A little bit, FSBS. You feel worried? Like anxious? I don't know if that has anything to do with your solar plexus. I just tapped into your energy. I don't know if that has anything to do with your solar plexus or your heart chakra, but it just feels like a little heaviness right here. Does this make sense to you? Yes, accurate, to be honest. What is this heaviness that you're feeling? It feels right here too, actually. It feels like in your heart chakra a little bit. At least what I'm feeling it. That's what I'm feeling it right here, right now. For myself. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like a little bit anxiety. Yeah, like uncertainty. Yes, uncertainty. This is uncertainty. Why are you uncertain, FSBS? What's going on? Everything okay? What's making you feel uncertain? Also, can you tap to my sister's energy? She met a gypsy, and that woman did witchcraft on her. I really want to know if that spell was removed or whatever it is. She did witchcraft on her. Okay, can you let me know a little bit more about that? I need more context on that. Okay, if that is true, what type of witchcraft did she do on her, and is it affecting her or not, and has it been affecting her? If you can channel my energy, it seems like I have a high vibe and then a low vibe. Yeah, let me get FSBS's. Okay, I'll do you, Gabriel. It is a little difficult for me at this moment, guys, to tap into energies. It's just a very dense energies. So it's a little more difficult for me to tap in right now. Hmm. Yeah, I'm having such a hard time tapping in, guys. I'm just, I just can't tap in right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's not time. It's probably just not time. I mean, I can tap in a little bit, but it's just there's just a lots of spiritual activity going on, and there's like a lot of little lower energy spirits, and they might tell me lies, and I don't want to lie to you guys. So, not the best time to tap in. Okay. It's just something that so in order for you to tap in legitly and get straight answers from source, you have to have lots of purity in you. And at this moment, for me, I'm a very in a neutral, balanced state. I haven't really cleared my energy, so I need to clear my energy. Okay. Kerr has been eating really healthy, but still craving not so healthy food. What to do? Interesting. What is it that you're craving? Is it like sugar? It's most likely sugar. Or probably fast food. Okay. The number one thing I learned about this spiritual journey is that everything is balance. And everything, meaning in your light and dark energies, in your masculine and feminine energies, and everything that you do requires to be in a balanced state. So this goes with food as well. And of course, this is something because you know, this is something that is different for every person. There could be a person that is just probably a Virgo or something or a life path 4, and it could be super disciplined and they're cool like that, right? But there could be people like me where I can be very disciplined, I can be super disciplined, very dedicated, and then I can get pretty lazy at times, right? So I think the best thing for you is, how do you feel, right? Are you feeling well physically, and are you feeling well mentally, right? And dab your foot a little bit. If you have cravings, dab your foot a little bit, right? I mean, if you want to eat ice cream, okay, eat ice cream maybe once a week and see how you're feeling, right? Am I feeling good? Am I feeling brain foggy? Am I feeling decent? Because not everything has to be super disciplined either. Because again, if you're too disciplined, if you're really on it like that, you're messing with your mental health a little bit, right? And that could also bring down your spirituality as well, right? Everything is balanced, right? So you're kind of, if you're too disciplined, you're neglecting like your feminine energy, right? Like your love for yourself and your rest and your fun and all that stuff, right? So look for the balance in your life, right? The last time that you ate, you got sick as fuck, Christina. You're so funny. I like how you talk. Fruit is amazing, man. I was eating grapes, green grapes. Love green grapes. And nectarines. Oh yeah, talking about frozen grapes. That's hilarious. Question. Let's see. I've catching 111 222 3344. Okay. Are you able to tell me what spirit or universe is trying to tell me? I can already know. Hmm. I can already see that because I got some visions in my mind at this moment, and I can see that it is like a progression. But it depends. It depends on how you're viewing it. Okay, you're most likely gonna start to see different numbers now. You're okay. So now, so you're seeing 101, 222, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Cool, awesome. You're probably gonna start to see different type of numbers now, if you have been progressing in your spiritual progress in your journey, right? Which I think you have. It feels like you have. You've been growing. It feels like you've been learning things, and you've obviously been going through spiritual awakening and stuff like that. You've been healing, so that's good. So if you've been doing that, you're probably gonna start seeing other numbers now, right? I don't know if you see them already or not, right? But all it is just the universe telling you that you are progressing in your journey, that you are on your journey, or that don't forget about your journey. That's all it is, right? If you start to see other numbers, if you start to see 222, and then maybe another 2, or like 212 or 202, 313, 413, it means you're progressing. You're progressing, and your spirit guides want to show you you are progressing. And the best way to show you is through numbers. It's the easiest way. It's honestly, numbers are the number one way how most people wake up spiritually, right? They're seeing numbers, 111, 444, all that. That's the number one sign that you get from your angels. That, and of course, animals and things like that, right? So look at your journey on the things that you've learned, on the things that you've been doing, and things like that, and see how far you've progressed, right? And start to notice numbers, and notice if you start seeing different types of numbers, right? And if you start seeing different types of numbers like 414, 515, 616, and still kind of in an order, it usually means that you're progressing, okay? Okay. All right, guys. Not lots of questions, but lots of cool speaking, talking in the chat. That's what I like, man. You guys are so smart, man. All right, I'm feeling really down. That's not good. Omkra, that's not good. Sad and questioning where I am. I'm intended to self-talk, do self-reflect. Not big, but as another person. Um, not big, but as another person. Interesting. I do wonder if I am a step closer to leveling up. Remember what I said? Every time that you've been progressing and you feel like you have um, evolved, right? Like you feel like you've healed. There's gonna be a big challenge again, like a big dip or things like that, right? That is usually just the universe trying to see if you're prepared, right? If you're ready for the next upcoming stages in your evolution. So you're definitely leveling up if that's the case. And also remember, guys, everything happens in events, right? So that's one of the main reasons why a lot of us sometimes we have to lower energies have to come in order for us to change our ways, right? So even just maybe a lower energy came in and you decided, you know what, I'm gonna transmute this energy. Let me do some self-talk. Let me do some type of technique, right? Let me do this, right? All of these things, guys, all of these things are guiding you. Even if it's a lower event, an event that sucks, that is still guidance for your evolution every single time. Every single time, right? So you're basically being guided to do these things, right? So do them with the best of your ability and the best intention. Honestly, Christina, about the meat thing, I think it's just our frequency is rising more, and our possibly we're getting used to the meat, right? Because I used to need to eat meat as well. And now I'm starting, now that, um, because my health would deteriorate if I didn't eat enough meat. Um, but now that my frequency is going up, I find it like I don't crave it as much either. So everything happens in timing, right? I get the unhealthy version that I can cook in the microwave, like my ass off. I need to change it and stop being lazy. No worries, no worries. I mean, man, I've been honestly, guys. I haven't been eating healthy at all. When I started my spiritual awakening, I was healthy. I was eating everything super legit. I've not been eating too healthy. Not even going to lie, not even going to lie. I should start eating a little healthier as well. Okay, the way that Gypsy was doing a ritual was with speaking or whispering in another language. Okay. She asked my sister her birthday date and her birthday what it could be. Okay, and why do you think this was a this is gonna require more FSBS? If this is something legit that is an energy that this gypsy put in, right, into your sister, and now we're gonna need to take this energy out or something like that. If that's the case, I'm gonna need like way more specifics, right? What exactly did she whisper in her ear? What exactly did they tell her? What exactly is like? Does she feel tormented? Does she feel like there's something? Because usually a curse is always something either that is directly disrupts your energy, right? Like it's an energy that comes in and it influences you and it gives you something negative, and that negativity will influence you to do something, and that thing that you're doing is usually catastrophic, right? So that's usually how they curse you, right? But again, everything is the mind, right? Even if you can have the worst curse, if you have a strong mind and strong will, and you are connected to your divinity, there is no fucking curse on earth that can stop you. You can always release it at any time because you could always come back to your higher timeline, right? We just gotta understand what exactly it is that we need to release. Is seeing spirits comes like a visual hallucination as shown in movies, or seeing them with the third eye, kind of your inner vision is also valid? Okay, so when I see spirits with my vision, regular, normal vision, like hallucinogenic type of things, it's usually in the corner of your eye, right? Or your peripheral. You know how when you're walking and you see like a little shadow really quick and you look and it's not there, right? That is a spirit. That is energies on the other side, right? Because they're always around. They're always around. Right now in this room, there's a bunch of energies here, right? I just can't see them. I can feel them though, right? So, and that's the second vision. So the second vision is the clairvoyance. It's the feeling, right? So, and that's the third eye feeling, right? You can feel it so much and visualize it so much that you see it clearly in your mind's eye, right? That's visualization, and that is feeling it. Both of those are the emotional body and the mental body, right? That's the body that you have outside of your physical body comes your energetic body, emotional body, where you can feel your prana energy, kundalini, all that stuff, vital force energy, mental body, and then obviously your spiritual etheric body, right? And then a bunch of other bodies, right? So it's like, so yeah, you're kind of right, yeah. Sometimes you'll see lights as well. Like I see a lot of blue lights like that. That could also be spirits. And most likely, if it's like blue lights, it's probably the Octurians. Hi Edgar, I have been having this pain on my left eye since yesterday. Around my eyelid area hurts whenever I blink. Not sure if it is any underlying health issues. Hmm. Hmm. I feel you worrying. I feel you. This is actually, you're not worried. You don't feel that worried to me. Um, Concerned, a little bit concerned. It doesn't feel like anything drastic. doesn't feel like anything drastic to me. It just feels like you're a little concerned over not much. Yeah, I think you should be okay. You're okay. You're gonna be okay. Okay. Whenever you blink, this is what I feel. Obviously, go to a doctor and go get yourself checked out. Obviously, right? I love this, man. I love that. Look at Catherine being a G. Such a great, such great advice. Oh my god, that's the time I saw that shadow, but it was because I started to have a fear of a video I was watching and I realized I can see auras. You see that? You see that, guys? You see that? Thank you for that, Kurt, by the way. You see how there's always energies around you, right? And if you're looking at your phone, there's energies coming at you, right? So if you see some type of video like that, the energy has the opportunity, oh, she this is an opportunity for her to be in fear. Perfect. Let me go into her aura now. So an energy went into her. They're waiting. These energies are waiting to put fear in you. If there's anything that might put some type of fear in you, boom, they're gonna go in right away, right? So it's up to you as the alchemist to understand your triggers and not get bothered by your triggers, right? Because when you get bothered by your triggers and this feeling comes in, right? This is how it feels like to me, by the way. I don't know how it feels like to you guys, but it feels like it just comes into your aura like this. Boom, right? If you feel this, do not get alarmed, do not get scared, do not do nothing, okay? Understand that this is you as well. You are your demons, okay? So the way to defeat this energy is by giving it love every single time, always and forever. Love, love, love. Love is the answer to everything, okay? Good night, FSBS. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Love you so much. Keep doing your thing. And again, focus on your journey, okay? Focus on yourself. You got this. You're welcome, Sleepy Moth. If Michelle, if someone speaks a lot of darkness and tragedy on someone, do those effects stop upon their passing? Are there lingering effects that need cleansed? These energies attached to, say, childhood traumas. Yep. Yes, all that stuff attaches and all that stuff stays on you like a little cloud on you, but sometimes lower energies do fade. You're right. Like let's say, okay, for example, let's say you have some neighbors and they're very low energy, very judgy, very evil eye, all these things, right? And you're not a spiritual person, you don't know what the hell they're doing, right? They're throwing you all this shade. And the thing is, if you lock eyes with that person, right, and they give you a certain look, that look, right, like an evil eye look, like a hater look, no matter who you are, that's gonna go in you, right? It's like, wow, this person's a hater, this person doesn't like me, right? That's gonna put an idea in your mind. That's gonna put negativity in your mind, and now you are with them now, right? You're in their dimension now. Now you're like, well, why do they hate me? Screw them, you know, like, right? So you're in like a lower version of yourself now, right? So the best thing to do when it comes to those type of things, obviously, is is get away from that environment, get away from those people, get away from that stuff, right? If that does happen, if those people do leave, those energies will eventually, it depends on the person and it depends on the traumas, but those energies will eventually kind of slowly fade away, especially if that person is not there anymore, right? But if it's a very heavy energy and it's a very, very heavy trauma, and I mean a very heavy trauma, these will require lots of different types of healing methods, right? Psychiatry, stuff like that, but also just any type of cleansing methods. 100%. 100%. Yep, see them all the time. Either pass by right by me, or I see orbs. Sometimes I see dark spirits standing in the corner watching me. Yeah, exactly. The point is not to be afraid of these spirits, right? So the problem is that with a lot of people that are like let's say Christians or and religious, They have lots of fear over demons, lots of fear, right? Um, like they're the enemy. We should fear them. They're the enemy. We can't even talk to them. All this stuff, right? But they don't. The thing is that those lower energies are us because we are the universe, right? They're just us. So we have control over everything. It's just we just have got to get good with the mind. That's all we have to do. We just have to master the mind. If we master the mind, we master these lower energies as well, right? So and the only way to do that is to not be afraid of these lower energies because that's what they feed on. They feed on your fear, right? You have light and you're having fear, and they feed on it. They come in, yeah. This little light workers has some fear. Let's eat up that fear, right? No, I'm not worried about other stuff in my life. Okay, Kwan. Uh, Concerned over not my health, but my career and stuff. Yeah, so that's what I felt. I felt the concern over that. Because this doesn't feel like something big at all, honestly. Your eye doesn't feel like anything big. I suggest go to a doctor though, or something. Have it checked out or something like that. Okay, I am feeling so warm and loving, and I think it's the energy of all of us together. Love you so much, beautiful souls. Let's go, Kerr. And yes, it's true. Everyone here is fucking awesome, man. Everyone here has got such badass, loving energy. And the cool part is that we have energies from all over the cosmos, literally. We got energy from the Blue Rays system, from the Sirius constellation, from the Octurians, all the way down to the Pleiadians, all the way down to the Polarians, all this stuff, man. All the Lyrians, all that stuff. We got energies from everywhere, all types of starseeds here. Darkness provides the light. I like that very much. I got keys. I like that very much. Very true. Let me see. Very good at meditative. I say the same thing very well. I just say fear is an illusion, right? But the thing is, for lots of people, merely just saying fear is an illusion might not work because you don't believe in it yet, right? If you truly believe that fear is an illusion, it'll put you into those dimensions where fear is an illusion, right? The crystalline grid where fear cannot exist. Dear Edgar, do you or spirit guides think there will be major distributions or the 10 days of darkness happening soon, which may lead to a regime change in the US in a way that cancels the November election? I don't think there's going to be I don't think that is going to happen. From what I got anyway, the 3 days of darkness doesn't seem like it's going to happen this year, if it even happens at all, right? I think the 3 days of darkness might even just be even metaphorical. It could be some other type of thing, but I don't think it's going to disrupt the election. It doesn't feel like that's going to happen, although I haven't asked my guides for any of these things. But just by going through of my intuition alone, it doesn't feel like that's going to happen. It feels like it's going to happen after. Yeah. The thing is, guys, here's the thing, guys. We're manifesting these things as well. You know what I'm saying? So there are event markers that are supposed to happen, right? Like Trump getting shot or whatever, all that stuff that just happened. All these things were supposed to happen, right? They're supposed to happen because they're event markers to go on with this new Earth thing that we're doing. So the way for us, right? And instead of looking at the world of like, oh, is this gonna happen? Is that gonna happen? Is this gonna happen? Right? For us, we gotta look at it more of like, what do we have to manifest in order for us to be on the new Earth timeline, right? What is it that because we are the ones manifesting the new Earth timeline, right? The people with the consciousness with light is the one manifesting this timeline, right? Us, right? So if we're manifesting this timeline, we cannot be too distracted with things like this. Does this make sense? We cannot be too distracted by things that might even cause fear inside of us, because that's another way to delay our progress, if this makes sense, right? The most important thing right now is for us to heal. Very, very important. I was meditating earlier and Allah, you said, is just a confirmation of the message I got. I was actually recording the message. Thank you. Love to everyone. Thank you so much, Ursula. Yeah, let's go. All right. I'm glad I got confirmation, baby. Let's go. Okay. The 3 days of darkness is just a metaphor of what everyone is experiencing. It's the dark night of the soul. Yes, yes. Thank you, Hakuso. Right. So, that feels like the truth. That feels like the truth. So I also got that message a while back because someone asked me about the 3 days of darkness a while back, and I was told that it is more of like a metaphor, right? And it just doesn't feel like it might happen. It doesn't feel like it's gonna happen or anything like that. The thing is, guys, when events happen, we have to look at events from a spiritual lens, right? If you look at the events from a spiritual lens, like the 3 days of darkness, if you look at it from a spiritual lens, that makes sense. Dark night of the soul, 3 dark night of the souls, whatever, right? That makes sense, right? But if we look at it from logic, none of these things will make sense. We're gonna think it's gonna be in this day, or this specific day, or in August, or this is gonna happen in this day, or blah 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 blah, right? Which eventually that's kind of what they want us to think anyway. They want us to be distracted on the events rather than us just going internally, forgetting everything about the world right now, forgetting everything about the politics, the election. None of that matters, right? If you're a little curious, it's okay to watch it, but don't be influenced by it. None of that matters. What matters is us, right? Our internal healing. So does that event mean loads of people will be awakened? Yes, yes. Guys, you have no idea how many people are awakening at this moment. There's so many people right now, and Lightworkers awakening right now that have no idea what's going on. They don't even know what's going on. They don't know. They've never even talked to a spirit ever been aware of a spirit or spirituality ever, right? So they have no idea what's going on. They just think they're depressed, right? And that's a lot of people right now. They just think they're depressed. They have to go through their own journey right now into slowly figuring out that they're having a freaking spiritual awakening, right? And they're gonna go through it on their own. That's why this is gonna take a good little while, right? It's not gonna happen in like 2-3 years. Yes, it's all one big show, 100%. The 100%. It's all just one big show. Yes, we are going back to our 5D crystalline body, right? Well, actually, the 3D is like a dream. It's like a hologram. It's a hologram of our actual bodies, of our true body, which is our spiritual body, our light body, our body that is in heaven right now, that is in tarot right now, in the 5th dimension, crystalline body. That's our true body. That's what we really look like. We look like gray light, kind of like those robots in iRobot. Have you guys ever seen that movie from Will Smith? We kind of look like that, right? A little bit more light and like a 30-year-old version of ourselves, but we look really good, right? So that's where we're at right now. At this very moment, we're there right now. So we're there right now, watching us right now, experiencing the 3D, the hologram, coming back to where we are right now. I know it's confusing, but that's the truth, man. I wouldn't mind it if it's just a show if I am not forced to participate in society. That's the beautiful thing about us as Lightworkers and Starseeds, that we don't have to. The whole point of us coming here was to literally not um, either not participate in society or use society as a leverage to speak the truth and spread the great work, right? That's literally the reason why we came here, to be like rebels against society. Change everything, right? And the beautiful thing is too, is that us as a rainbow, or excuse me, not rainbow, indigo children, the new set of children that are coming in, right, that are light workers, are more protected. They have hold more of their light, and since times are just getting much better now, there's more light, there's more frequency, there's more consciousness now. These kids can be born into a much better home. These kids, this new generation of kids, can be born into a much more peaceful times, more love rather than like a lot of destruction back then. And these kids are going to be the new Earth, man, right? So us as indigo children, right, as the millennials and Gen Zs and Gen X, right, and even some boomers, or there's a lot of boomers too, you know. We are effectively here to change the system. Boom, flip the system upside down, so that then we can begin this. We can begin a newer system, so for our children could come in and literally be the new Earth now, instead of trying to create it now, just be it, right, and thrive. So these kids are gonna have much more much more consciousness than even we have. I mean, you even see it nowadays. I know I saw on Instagram there was this kid. He looked like about 4 years old, 5 years old, and he was channeling. He was channeling like energy from the Pleiadians, and he was channeling wisdom, and he was a kid, and he was speaking like as if he was like a 40-year-old a monk, right? So we're gonna start seeing a lot of these things, man. It's gonna be super awesome. Yeah. I do know about the human design. I did investigate it myself, and that absolutely 100% makes sense because everything is connected in this universe. Everything is connected. If you believe that your life has no significance, that's just not true. Everything is absolutely connected to create the story that is Earth. This whole 3D place is an illusion created for experience. It is a movie that we all decided to come into. We all decided to come into this movie because we want to be a part of this movie. We want to be a part of the evolution, because in reality, we are always good. We are always love at all times, even when it feels like we are not. And even when it feels like we are not significant to anything, that is not true. Every single human, every single consciousness, every single piece of the puzzle was needed to create the story that is Earth. Mother Earth's redemption arc. Yeah. God is something beyond our understanding, yet we are it. Yep. Paradoxical nature is so funny. 100% agree. You know, and that's the reason why God created this universe, right? Was so we can have the experience of saying, wow, that was a paradox. So we can have the experience of being, is there even a God or not? Right? Thinking, I'm a philosopher. Is there a God or not? I'm a thinker, right? This is why God created this experience, so he can experience this for himself or herself, right? So it can feel like it's not God for a little bit. What was that? I saw something cool. Where is it? Oh, lost it. I had that vision in my mind a long time ago, Catherine, and this is how I knew um, that every single thing is connected, and if one human, right, or one soul is taken out of the story of Earth, everything will fall apart, right? If one of you guys, if we took out one of you guys, right, from the timeline, all the events wouldn't line up the way it's supposed to, right? So every single one of us has a purpose. It's like we're creating this whole with our consciousness, our perspectives, and our energies. We are creating a painting, right? A painting of Mother Earth and her story. And here's Catherine, and here's Edgar, and here's Kearns, here's Hakuso, here's Christina, here's I Got Eyes, here's Paul, here's all you guys. Hey Edgar, do you think you could talk about astral projection? Been trying to do it consciously and wanting to know if you have any tips. I don't have any tips for astral projection, unfortunately, because it's not my expertise. Um, I mean, not really. The only thing I'd say is just be very intentional. I've never tried to astral project anyway, because I haven't been called to do it. So if you're called to astral project, or if you feel like it's something that you want to do, just ask a lot, man. Honestly, like ask as much as you can, and be super intentional right before astral projecting. I know you've probably done a lot of techniques, right? So be more, be more, what's it called? Um, Intentional with those techniques, right? And ask, every single time, just ask, and be super intentional, and practice the law of one as well. A lot of the times, the reason why our manifestations, or when we ask for guidance, or when we ask for things and they don't come to us, it's usually either because of timing, right? Or because of our intention wasn't strong enough. And in order for us to have strong intention, we must understand that we are connected to everything, right? Everything, right? There are no gatekeepers in spirituality, because we are the universe, right? So if you practice the law of one, you can speak to any energy, and you can call upon any energy, okay? This automatically should take away your fear. This should take away your a lot of people, just for some reason, a lot of people don't feel like they are worthy enough, right, to speak to different gods and goddesses and all this other stuff. You can speak to anything in the spiritual, anything, right? That's how you're going to practice the law of one. So by knowing that you are connected to every single thing, and by doing this, it means that now you have full control. So even if you have an energy that's messing with you, distracting you, and trying to cause chaos, you are that energy, because you are the universe. When you tell yourself this, you recognize that energy, and you tell it, I do not consent, know that you are telling yourself that, right? That gives you more power in your words. Hopefully this makes sense. This helps me. So that's absolutely one of the best ways I transmute energy, is by understanding that I am the universe, right? So there's nothing to be afraid of. Of course, you could always ask Archangel Michael, Jesus, and whoever you have a relationship with, guys, with a spirit. And if you don't have a relationship with spirits, right, even if you can't speak to them, you're calling upon them all the time, you're praying to them or whatever, have a relationship with a spirit, okay? Any spirit. If there's a spirit or a goddess or a god that's calling to you, that you see them in your feed all the time, and that you're thinking about them all the time, and you think, wow, you know what, I really like Ganesh. That's a really, he speaks to me, right? I like his ideals. I like his philosophy, right? Call upon him. He's probably trying to get your attention. Very, very good, Awu. Yes, lucid dreaming will help you with astral projection. There's a guy named Darius Wright. He's like another spiritual YouTuber. and he's very good at astral projecting and getting out of the body, and he has like a certain technique or whatever. So he has videos on how to do that stuff, I think. So go check him out. He'll probably help you. Yeah, so when it comes with lucid dreaming, though, I used to have lots of lucid dreams. I don't have them that much anymore. And I think it's probably just because of timing, and my guides probably don't want me to have them anymore. But I would always get them all the time, right? I would get them so much to the point where I stopped having fear because of the shadow beings and all that stuff. I just kind of stopped fearing them because I just got used to them after a while, right? And I know that the less fear you have, right, and this goes with anything, right? This doesn't have to be astral projection. This could just be meditating. The less fear you have, the more open you're gonna be in the spiritual, right? So the less fear you have, the more open and the more access you're gonna get in the spiritual, right? Like even me right now at this moment, right? I'm not saying I have lots of fears, but I do have lower energies with me, and it was difficult to tap into the spirit right now. It's a little bit more difficult, right? Because of the heaviness, right? And that the heaviness brings doubts and limits and all these things. All those things block you from the spiritual, right? In order for you to be completely tapped into the spiritual, all the way with God, 100%, you have to have no doubts at all, right? You have to believe in yourself 100%, right? And there's just going to be times where that's just not going to happen, right? And that's normal. Nightmares get turned into action adventures for fun. See, with me and lucid dreaming, I never got that type of lucid dreaming. It was always like what's that called? What's that called? Um, sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis. So it was always a sleep paralysis with me. Always, always, always. Um, it was never like I'm like I know what my dream is. It was always sleep paralysis, and the only times I would be aware that I was in a dream would be in sleep paralysis. So I would never be able to move. And if I did try to move, I would get stuck in like a loop. So like I would have this. Okay, this is kind of trippy. Okay, so if I would try to move in my lucid dream, you're like, or excuse me, in sleep paralysis, you'd be moving so slow, like you know what I mean, like doing your best to move until eventually I'll fall off my bed, right? But in me falling off my bed, it would just wake me up and I'll be in the dream again, right? I'll be in the dream, in the lucid dream again, sleep paralysis again. And I would do the same thing. I'll try to wake myself up, try to get up, and I'll fall off the bed, and it will just transport me right back to the sleep paralysis and the shadow demons all over me. And it's like this loop over and over and over again. And I would have that dream for a long time, and it was the worst thing ever. So I stopped messing with sleep paralysis because of that. I stopped. I just stopped setting that intention because that sucked. That loop absolutely sucked. It felt like I was stuck in my dream. If you guys have anything like that, I've never heard anyone else had that type of loop. If you guys have any type of encounters like that in the spiritual realm, dream world, all that stuff, let me know, because that sucked. I had sleep paralysis one time off of Benadryl. And that was funny. And some desk entity came in my room and tried to choke me, and then I woke up. Yeah, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's funny how those things, Benadryl and things like that, they open up your aura, right? They open up your aura, and it's like you're inviting lower energies in as well. Same thing with alcohol. That's a very good idea. You know, we've never done that before, Christina, right? To call upon our guides and stuff like that. My guys say that the astral stripping, you were getting stuck between. Interesting. Thank you, Catherine. That's for me, right? Interesting. I was getting stuck in between. Yeah, so I was actively trying to move to, but it would just loop me again, loop me until I was like, screw this, you know. So I don't know if you can maybe even ask your guide something. What if I'm doing wrong? Sleep paralysis is one of the worst ways to astral travel. Had a dream loop before where I was trying to wake up from a dream where I was riding in a train and knew it was a dream, and if I don't wake up, I am late. Yeah. Those loops absolutely sucked. That sucked, and that happened to me probably like about 7 times. And there was one time where it was just, wow, that really sucked. It felt like I was gonna be there forever. Like I was never gonna get out of my dream, right? Absolutely sucked. It was sketchy as hell, but I wasn't really scared. I just let it happen and tried to move as much as I could. Yeah, it was more about, to me, it wasn't about fear either. I wasn't scared of the shadow beings or anything. It was more about just not being able to move. It was more about I didn't like not having control of my body. I have learned a lot from sleep paralysis in my early stages. Conquering it does provide you with an opportunity to overcome fear. So, see, the thing is with me, it is a certain fear. For me, it was more of a fear of death. It was the fear of death and the fear of not being able to control my body when I want to. So that was the thing that was really keeping me from not opening up to the spiritual more, because the shadow beings and all that stuff that didn't cause fear in me. I was actually pretty neutral when it came to those things. Edgar, my guide to the energy you are using is the wrong kind. Instead of trying hard to move, okay, interesting, awesome. Thank you for that, Catherine. I'm gonna set the intention now, Catherine, because of that. I'm gonna set the intention now, and instead of trying to move, but the thing is, when I relax, it's my fear. It's my fear. You are correct. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. Because when I remember now, when I would try to relax, it would put more fear in me. So I would try to move because of the fear. So you're absolutely right. The shadow beings do not scare me anymore. It's just my inability to move that scares me. So I have to work on that. Thanks, Catherine. That was very useful. Appreciate that. After psychedelics, not much scares not much scares me spiritually anymore. Yeah, I tell you, I tell you on that, or I hear you on that. Excuse me. Yeah, I hear you on that. I had one of the craziest mushroom trips. What was it? March. Healed my inner child completely. Healed my inner child, but it was very, very, very intense. Very, very, very intense. I still probably wouldn't want to go through that. Not for a long time. Best thing I've ever done in my life, though. Have you really been able to lucid dream? And one time I did realize I was dreaming while asleep. I tried to take control of the dream, but I couldn't. I think the best way to do it, and I know this is something that I'm going to start trying now, and I'm going to start trying to lucid dream again now. But basically, I think it is, instead of trying to control the dream, you kind of just have to surrender to it a little bit. But still be aware. Yeah. I'm channeling, by the way. I think this is my guides trying to tell you. Yeah. Being aware, but at the same time, being still. Stillness will increase awareness. Very good. Thank you, my guides. Thank you very much for that information. Can't even have psychedelics because it is illegal here. Boo. I don't know why that made me laugh. I did acid and shrooms together and smoked weed, and man, I went back to when the earth was formed. Wow, interesting. And it was the most ego-deforming experience ever. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. Wow. So the one I had back in March, I did it with somebody else, but basically I was transported. And I was transported to the Himalayas, and it was very snowy. And it was basically I was transported into a past life that I had, and I was an Indian boy. And as this Indian boy, he took some type of psychedelic as well, and he began to speak with Shiva, right? And I started speaking to Shiva, right? And Shiva told me a bunch of stuff and a bunch of things and a bunch of guidance and all these other things. And I was channeling a tons of energy to the point where I was channeling so much energies, so many different types of spirits were coming in me. I forgot about Edgar, I forgot about him, right? And it put this very, very strong fear in me that I forgot who I was, right? Like, who am I? Like, am I Edgar, or am I all these different spirits that are, and who am I, right? And it put this really, really intense fear in me. So intense that I started to cry, and really intense cry. And I didn't know what it was. I'm like, why am I crying, right? And then eventually, I guess my higher self was like, yo, it's your inner child. You need to heal your inner child right now, right? So I caressed my inner child. I told him I love you, and I held him in my arms, literally held him in my arms. I started crying, and it was like the most healing, one of the most healing experiences of my life. So absolutely amazing experience. Absolutely amazing experience. All needed to happen for my evolution. Yo, that's crazy, Edgar. I had a vision of me being a Persian prince on a psychedelic. Interesting. So that's probably could be a past life of yours, right? Because I know that this and I know I never told you guys this story, right? But I know I told you guys I had a crazy mushroom experience, but I never really told this story before. So I'm guessing it's probably just time for me to tell it, right? But yeah, it was basically just a past life of an Indian boy that took psychedelics, and he met the gods, right? And that past life was my past life. So it brought lots of insight, lots of guidance as well. 333, let's go. In Germany, let's go. Oh, your holy crowd, what an experience. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Yeah, it was. It was a very, very, very intense experience. It turned me off from mushrooms for a good while. I checked every bed with anger, shouting, "Who are you? What kind of host?" As I tried my new body calling technique, I heard the voice echoing through the halls. You never get out of here. Oh, interesting. Can't you grow your own mushrooms where illegal? Mushrooms don't need light, cannabis. Well, mushrooms do need lights only when they are fruiting. Because they fruit towards the sun, but only when they're fruiting. Don't ask me how I know that. Alright guys. This was a really cool live. I missed you guys so very, very much. I like how there's so many different types of light workers. There's the shroom light workers, there's cannabis light workers, there's the praying light workers, there's the divination light workers. Man, there's so many different types of versions of you guys, and you guys are all awesome. You guys are all equally needed. I love you guys. It was really cool talking to you guys again. And how do I deal with these heavy energies? Yes, I'll let you guys know how to deal with these heavy energies at this moment, and then I'll call it a night or a day, whatever. Okay, so like I said in the beginning of this live, these heavy energies, the reason why they are here is because of the full moon that just passed, right? So the full moon doesn't mean, okay, so when there's a full moon, it doesn't mean that there's going to be lower energies. All it means is our connection to our emotions are stronger, meaning our connection to the spiritual is stronger. So there's going to be lots of emotions coming up. Now, It depends on your timing. If it is time for you to evolve and go to the next step of your journey, then that's the reason why you're feeling these lower energies. So, what is it that is bothering you at this moment? What is it that is disrupting you? Right? Locate it. It is a feeling inside. Okay, what are you feeling? Is it an old feeling that you thought you healed already, and it's coming back again? Perfect. If it's one of those are easy to transmute. Okay, those are easy to transmute. All you have to do is, again, cut the cord with your old self again. Your old self is trying to come back. Visualize your old self. Tell it thank you for teaching you lessons. Give it love and then let it go. Cut the cord. Right? If it is an energy that is not your own, and it is an energy that is disrupting you, but it is not part of your blockages and your limits and your journey of evolution, then it's just another chance for you to practice your protection methods. So by now, if you guys are have been with me, right? If you guys are not new, by now you guys should know how to protect yourself from energies. You guys should be literally practicing cutting the cord every single day. Do not consent. Call your power back. You guys should be doing this every single day, right? So if this is what's happening to you, call your power back. Okay? Cut the cord on this energy that is disrupting you. Okay? And bring yourself back to your divinity. You have to tell yourself this, okay? And practice the law of one. I know I talked about this a little bit earlier, but again, when you are practicing the law of one and you know that you are connected to everything, that is extreme power, okay? Power, literally the power of love. Power to use to protect yourself, defend yourself from the negative energies, right? A lot of the times when you have negative energies coming into your aura, they just want you to acknowledge them. They just want you to be like, oh, okay, you're here, right? Yes, I'm here. Yes, and I'm here to disrupt your stillness. Yes, you know. That's all they want you to do, for you to acknowledge them. Like, okay, fine. I'm observing you, by the way, right? I'm not identifying with this energy. I'm just observing it, right? And just even that on its own, guys, just by even acknowledging it and observing it, just by doing that on its own, even that'll probably even be enough for it to leave. Because that's happened to me a bunch of times where I felt a lower energy come in and all I had to do was like, okay, now you're here, right? Okay, that's fine, you can be here. But know that I am observing you, right? And I do not consent. And just by saying that, it already starts to kind of leave a little bit. You have to understand that you are the universe and that energy is also you. So you have full control of it. You can legit make it go away, right? But you have to believe in yourself, right? And if your intention and your belief is not strong enough, then you won't clear the energy away. But that's okay. Don't bring yourself down. Don't make I'm a bad wizard. I'm a bad alchemist. I can't do this, right? Don't go down that road. Okay. Never go down that road. If you failed in one of your affirmations and the energy doesn't go away, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. We observe energies, we don't identify with them. Try again later, okay? Meditate again later. Put some sound bowls on, put some sound frequency on, and say all your affirmations that you have written out before. Say them all again, and be patient with yourself, okay? Exactly, Catherine. Exactly. And we'll end it on that, guys. We'll end it on that. These energies are harmless, guys. These energies are harmless. They are only hurting you because you believe that they can hurt you. That's the only reason, right? It is you. These energies are you. Fear is your fear. But you know that you are divine. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Always bring yourself back to love. I love you guys so very, very much. Keep doing your thing. Keep being awesome. Keep being awesome light workers. Whenever there's a chance to spread your light, spread your light. Whenever there's a chance to love yourself, okay, even if others oppose it, do it anyway. Whenever there's a chance to set up your boundaries, do it. Whenever there's a chance to practice the pause, do it. Whenever there's a chance to clear the energies, even if you're in public, I don't care where you are. I do not consent. I call my power back every single time, guys. I love you guys so very much. I'll be back on Friday, this time for sure, 5 p.m. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.